Good morning. My name is Ayla Crippen. I'm a Godly Play storyteller of the kindergarten and first grade at Decatur First United Methodist Church. And I'm going to be sharing with you a Godly Play story. This was copyrighted by Jerome Berryman, one of the founders of Godly Play. And the story today, it's a series called The Faces of Easter. And since we're on the 5th week of Lent, we will be doing the 5 stories of Easter. So hope you enjoy, and hello to all my kids in the class. In the beginning, a baby was born. God chose Mary to be the mother of God. Listen closely, listen to the words. God chose Mary to be the mother of God. And the Word was born, a wordless child. When the baby looked up into the face of the mother Mary, he already saw the cross. And when he looked up into the face of Joseph, the cross was there too. Mother Mary and Father Joseph kept the baby close, held the baby and kept him warm. They gave the baby everything that the baby needed to grow. And he grew. The baby grew and grew, and he became a boy. When he was about 12 years old, he went with his father Joseph and his mother Mary and many other people from their village of Nazareth to the great city of Jerusalem to keep one of the high holy days. When the celebration was done, the people of Nazareth went out through the great high gate and started on the road towards home. Suddenly, Mary and Joseph realized Jesus was not there. They thought he had been playing with the other children on the walk, on the path. They ran back to Jerusalem. They went and looked in the dark, narrow streets. They went to the market where they had bought food. They went to where they had slept. They looked everywhere. Finally, they went to the temple. Jesus was there. He was talking to the rabbis and priests. When he talked, they listened because he knew so much. When they talked, he listened because he wanted to learn. Then Mary and Joseph asked Jesus the question all parents ask their children. One that cannot be answered. They asked, "Why did you do this?" Jesus answered, "Did you not know that I would be in my Father's house?" This was very strange for Mary and Joseph because their house was in the city of Nazareth, where Joseph's carpenter shop was. They did not understand, but they did not forget. Jesus grew and grew until he became a man. When he was about 30 years old, he went to the river Jordan, where his cousin John was baptizing people. Can you see John? You can see the back of his head. He was a wild man. Jesus waded into the river Jordan until he became face to face with John. was as if John saw Jesus for the first time. Jesus said, "Baptize me." John said, "You're the Messiah, the one we have been waiting for. You baptize me." Jesus said, "No, it is written that you will come before me and prepare the way. Baptize me." When Jesus was lowered into the dark water of chaos, and then John lifted him up into the light, the people there said they saw a dove come down from heaven so close to Jesus. Other people there said they heard a voice from heaven that said, "This is my son, from whom I am well pleased." After Jesus was baptized, he crossed the river Jordan, and he went into the desert for 40 days and 40 nights to learn more about who he was and what his work was going to be. Jesus went into the desert for 40 days and 40 nights to learn more about who he was and what his work was going to be. There was little to eat or drink in the desert. One day, a voice came and said, "Why don't you take that stone over there and turn it into bread so you have something to eat?" Jesus said, "No, to be a real human being, there must be more than bread alone." Then it was as if Jesus was on top of the great temple in Jerusalem. And the voice appeared again, and it said, "If you are really the Son of God, why don't you jump and see if God sends his angels to catch you before you hit the stones below?" Jesus said, "No, we do not need to test God." Then it was as if Jesus could see all of the kingdoms of the world. And the voice said, "If you follow me, I will make you the king of all of these kingdoms." And Jesus said, "No, I am to be a king, but not that kind of king." Then the voice went away. After 40 days and 40 nights, Jesus left the desert and began to do his work. But what exactly was his work to be? Jesus left the desert and began his work. But what was his work to be? It was to come close to people, especially people that no one else wanted to come close to. Look, do you see how close Jesus has come to this blind man? He came so close to him that he placed his fingers on the man's eyes. When Jesus came close to people, they could see things they could not see before. They could do things they could not do before. Jesus also told parables. One day, he knew he was to become a parable. So he set out for Jerusalem for the last time. wonder, have you ever looked up into the eyes of your mother and father? I wonder, have you ever run off from your parents and you didn't really know why? I wonder, have you come so close to God and felt God come so close to you? I wonder, if you were hungry and you could turn a stone into bread, what would you have done? I wonder, have you come close to someone who no one else wanted to come close to? Thank you for joining us.